Good morning. This is a video session around balance and Qigong. And doing Qigong is aimed partly at improving balance, but we can take some nuances and make a practice where you specifically focus on good balance. So this video will be a mixture of standing Qigong and a little bit of walking Qigong as well. And so make sure that you're warm if you're outside, because you won't be moving too much, and also that you're standing on ground that is flat. The session employs a lot of what's called integral imaging, going inside to imagine something and feeling the effect on the body. And you can do that bit seated if standing for too long is difficult for you. So I'm moving to a standing position. And we start in the traditional way, standing like a tree. But I'd invite you to take your feet just a little wider apart. And in life, if you have balance issues, keep your base a little wider apart. The feet are still parallel, if that's comfortable for you. Your tail is stretching down, so think about your tailbone going down, right down, deep into the earth. And your arms are a little away from the sides of the body. Just for a moment, do the opposite of all that. So feet are together, you're quite rigid, and your hands are beside you. And just feel the effect on your balance there. How is that? And then soften the knees. Take your feet apart, your arms a little away from the side of the body. Tuck the tail. And feel the difference in terms of balance there. Now I'd like you to imagine that you're standing in a nice temperature of water in a river, and the water is about up to here. And it's a very gentle river, but the current is coming towards you. So here you are standing in the Qigong position, and there's a current of water coming towards you. And see what you need to do in order to keep yourself upright and not be taken by the current. And feel those subtle changes in the body. All you need to do is focus on the subtle changes in the body when you imagine that. And then keep imagining, and we're going to take a step forward. So feel the weight going down through one foot, doesn't matter which one, and staying wide in your stance. Shift the weight totally onto that foot, still feeling the current coming towards you, and walking very, very small steps. Roll the foot down, heel to toe, and then just stop. And feel how that is. Again, what do you need to do to make your body firm in this situation? Let's take another step. Shifting the weight onto the front foot. How is that? And then slowly lifting up the back foot, placing it down, rolling heel to toe, and then pausing for a moment. Let's take a step back very mindfully into the starting position. So here we are, back in the starting position. And now let's change things, and we're still in the river, but feel the current is coming from behind you. And once again, see what you need to do to adjust this starting position in order not to get swept forwards. And here we are, we're going to take a step again. So the weight goes down through one foot. How is that with the current coming from behind you? Lifting the foot up. Maybe that's tricky. Stepping forward just a little bit. Roll heel to toe. Stopping, adjusting. Send weight forwards. Back foot comes up. How is that bit? What do you need to do? Heel to toe. And then how will we get back into the starting position? Current is coming from behind you. Here you are back in the starting position. Let's try going backwards. So let's feel the current coming towards you. Shift the weight over onto one leg. How is this? Very, very small step backwards. Let's go back into the starting position. And then feel the current coming this way. And let's go backwards. Shift the weight onto one foot, very small step backwards. Back into the starting position. Let's try that with some arm movements now. So playing around again with integral imaging and small adjustments in the body. And we're just going to do a simple movement, which is you're holding a ball and then it expands, contracts, rolls, expands, contracts, roll it. Let's do it for a bit in front of the lower belly. So let's do that, imagining the current is coming towards you. And then the current is coming from behind you. And what we're doing is we are just unpacking what it is to walk and make arm movements. And so if you find this bit tricky to imagine the current and to make arm movements, take it really slowly. I mean, this is really good for you anyway. So do this for a few days and I'll carry on. So now we're going to make the hand movement. Experience the current. Let's do it coming towards us again. Expand, contract and roll. Expand, contract and roll. Feel the current coming from behind you. Let's go backwards. And once again, that can be done for 7 or 8 minutes, playing around with hand movement and walking at the same time and integral imaging. So it's very busy, even though you appear to be doing not too much. We do one final standing movement, so just standing like this again. Wide base, space between the arms and the sides of the body. Once again imagining, and now imagine that you're very high up on a mountain. Very high, and it's a pinnacle. Okay, so it's a pointed mountain, and there you are. And you're being buffeted by the wind, which could come from any direction at any one time. And so just imagine that you're responsive to it. So there you are, and the wind is changing direction. You're responsive to it, but it doesn't blow you out of your stance. And you can experiment with seeing how it is to be on the mountaintop with just one weight down through one leg. How is that? Again, you're responsive to wind blowing you in all directions. You could try it with the other foot and exploring what adjustments you need to make deep in your core in order not to get blown off the mountain. And of course a more advanced practice would be to then do a little bit of hand movement. You know, again we could use the rolling the ball while you stand on the mountain, and then how is that with one foot? Up. Shift the weight. Keep imagining. Thank you for watching.